Lust is destroying your life. Because of the modern day norm and the normalization in corn, all of these ridiculous things that are throwing in front of our faces, we desire something that doesn't actually serve us. And when we get to that point of completion, we realize it doesn't fulfill us. What I mean by this is instant gratification and our lustful desires keeps us in a lower paradigm of our existence. I'm not trying to be technical here, but you have a lower self and you have a higher self. And when we reside in our lower self, lust, greed, gluttony, the ability to not control ourselves, we stay with a lower mind. And when we transmute and transcend our lust into love, we remove all distractions and we're able to cultivate the energy within ourselves, accessing a higher mind or a higher state of conscience. Now, your seed for a man, I don't know a woman because I haven't researched it, but vital nutrients reside in the semen of a man. And every time you release, you're releasing what your body could actually be absorbing. After a specific amount of days of semen retention, what happens is your body naturally absorbs the minerals that your body makes in order to make new ones. So everything is being renewed after a period of time. This naturally happens within the body. Now, when you need to release, your body naturally does it anyway. So all of that tension that you're building up, eventually it will release itself. You may wake up a little bit more low energy, but you'll still have your mentality. You won't be residing in the lust. You won't be residing in the shame because of what your body naturally produces, unless you're still living in a lustful state and you continuously have dreams that cause these situations. Now, lust itself is simply just a part of the mind. Just like if you were to continuously fulfill an addiction, you're following that state. And remember, if you are fully in control, then the lust cannot take over. And this is one of the most trickiest things because not only does it make us feel good, it's like devil's advocate. It's like two sides of a coin. If done correctly, it can create some magical experiences. And it can also give us a good high, which is kind of on the flip side. Because if it comes from a place of lust or a place of instant gratification, simply just ejaculating for the fun of it, the consequences of our actions equate to the mind slowly and forcefully destroying itself. What happens is when the natural chemicals have been depleted in your brain from nutting, you naturally want more. And this is the issue with addictions. It's the issue with simultaneously seeking something which you perceive as lack, when it's simply just a limitation or a condition that you have created within your body. And the reason you don't feel ecstatic every day is because you're constantly trying to chase a temporary high. Now, this is from my personal experience. I struggled with semen retention for a very long time and I practiced it for many years, but I always fucking stumbled. And the country I was in and who I presented myself as was not confident enough in order to be with a woman and not lust over her. So I continuously subtracted myself from these situations and I just focused on retention. But what happens is when I would build up so much energy, it becomes stagnant in the body. And what happens is, this is usually the reason why we fail. One, we lust, creating psychological pathways in our brain. And then two, this power, the energy that we don't know what to do with anymore. And if you're psychologically trapped with the programming where you're going to continuously repeat the cycle, what happens is these pathways in your mind secretly open up to, what if I think of this? What if I think of that? Etc. And this is because I was not fulfilled within myself. I didn't love myself to the extent that now I have everything I need. Anything else becomes a bonus. What I started to learn was not to objectify people. And in this case, it would be women because I like women. And instead of objectifying, and like I said, this modern day culture, this modern day norm, especially in the Western world, is fucked. So if you're one of them fucking boss girl queen bitches that wears the tightest shorts in the gym and complains that everybody's watching, then maybe you should look at yourself. But on the flip side, on a positive, what I started to do is, instead of objectifying women, I started to appreciate them. I started to appreciate their divinity and how, without my mother, and for all the men here, Without your mother, you wouldn't fucking be here. Like, the womb gives the opportunity for a man to come forth into the physical realm. Without a woman, without their complexities, their fucking tantrums, and without the mechanism that allows birth, we wouldn't be fuck all, mate. Man, this took bare long to learn, and it took bare heartbreak, and it took bare sitting with myself, and it took bare breaking my retention cycles. It just took fucking years. Because when I was a kid, I was exposed to it at such a young age that school came along and it was just about sex. It was just about nutting. It was about graphic content, and it messed up my mind for a very, very long time. For fucking years, mate. It's not easy. Because anything comes along. Women, especially in the Western world, are so enticing. But I wear the fucking shortest shorts when a little bit of sun comes out and it's still minus 15 degrees. When I'm in Asia right now and the women are nothing like that and it's 40 degrees. All right, so let's move on to how we can actually overcome all of the nonsense that I've just talked about, because after years of personal experience with retention and relapsing and lusting and objectifying, you can try with your absolute might and all of your willpower to block everything, to cut everyone out, and it fucking works, mate. But this is something that needs to change within. This is an internal shift. And in order to stop objectifying, I think the fundamental cause of semen release is lust itself, is being in these lower dimensions within the physical body. And when we're looking for that instant gratification, and when we're not looking objectively at someone who's come into our life, is this lust? Is this love? When two people are in love, they are in union with each other. And love and sex, which I'm actually going to change for intimacy, is sacred. You'll find that what you're looking for, or what you thought you were looking for, is not the fulfillment that you already have within yourself. And I said that everything else is just a bonus. Once you fully accept yourself and you can fully be and dwell in your own temple without the need of anyone else, without the need of external love or external comfort, you become free. And what will happen is when you value yourself to the extent of being fulfilled without anything, you won't want to go to the lust. You won't want to sabotage yourselves, because you know that your seed is priceless. It's literally the mechanism which activates your divinity, which activates the higher mind. And if we look into esoteric principles, meaning internal alchemy, we can see that throughout religious scriptures, they all talk about the fundamental, which is the pathway to liberation or to unlocking the higher minds is inside of us. It's just coded for you to decode in allegory, meaning that it's written in such a way that not everybody will understand it. And scripture has been manipulated for fucking centuries. So in order to get the true source, you have to do your research. And they're all pointing out mastery is held within oneself. And in order to obtain, one must let go of any physical desires, any material attachments, and look within themselves. I promise you that you will never, ever, ever, and I'll say it one more, ever, find fulfillment that is not everlasting outside of you. I believe, and this is my philosophy, that when two people are whole within themselves, they love themselves to the extent where they no longer need anything outside of them, and they have that true fulfillment. That's when two souls can unite for eternity, the combining of two lovers who have alchemized and transcended within themselves, and they have come to share immortality together. I can only say that if you're not at the peak of your life that you desire, just start witnessing and being the observer of how you feel after it. One little thought into your mind and you entertain it, that's it. And you will watch that thought with no control, and it will sabotage you. And you'll see it with your eyes of the actions that you're witnessing. That is the most trickiest thing to not shame yourself for. So the best thing you can do gradually is stop entertaining the thoughts. Block everything if you can, but everything is mental. Like, I don't have anything blocked anymore. I just know that I want connection and intimacy. I don't want quick hits. I don't desire Jezebel or someone to come along and just expect to take my seed. It doesn't work like that. Like, it's my seed, and I expect the same from the goddess that I perceive, that comes forth into my reality, and she holds herself to the same standard. So if you want to attract someone better, then you must become better. If you want to attract the person you desire, then you must become the person you desire. Because reality is simply just a internal to external reflection. You have to fully liberate yourself. And people are always going to remember the version of you that no longer exists. As long as you're continuously changing and growing and being yourself, that's all that matters. People will see you for who they are, how they value themselves. So if someone is fully fulfilled, then you will never have to worry about someone valuing you, because they will respect every part of you. They'll love every part of you because you're already fulfilled, mate. You don't need shit. You don't need anything else. You got everything right now. You are divine. And I hope to see you reflect that, even if we never cross paths again.